2026 is just days away. And while millions will make the same empty promises as always, you have a different choice. You can keep repeating the same habits that have kept you financially stuck until now, or you can embrace something that goes against everything you've been taught about wealth. The brutal truth? Working harder won't make you rich. Saving pennies won't make you rich. Following financial gurus who just repeat the obvious won't do it either, because they're selling you the superficial version of abundance, while completely ignoring the invisible science that separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. Itzhak Bentov, a scientist who unlocked the secrets of human consciousness, discovered something revolutionary. Your brain can be tuned to specific frequencies that attract wealth like a magnet. But no one taught you this. No one told you that you're operating on the wrong frequency, repelling opportunities without even realizing it. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover 5 specific habits that, if you start today, will completely reconfigure your financial reality in 2026. They're not complicated practices. They don't require money to begin. But they do require you to abandon the limiting beliefs that society has implanted in your mind. If you're tired of watching others prosper while you get left behind, if you're ready to stop being a spectator in your own life, stay until the end. Because what you're about to learn isn't in any conventional finance book. And it works. Everything around you vibrates. Your body vibrates. Your thoughts vibrate. The money in your wallet vibrates. And here's the secret that could change your financial life forever. These vibrations are constantly communicating with each other, deciding what enters and what leaves your reality. Itzhak Bentov spent decades studying this phenomenon with the precision of a scientist. He discovered that our brain functions like a biological radio station, transmitting and receiving specific frequencies every moment. And those frequencies determine absolutely everything you attract into your life. Think of your brain as an extremely sophisticated musical instrument. Just like a violin can play different notes, your brain can operate at different frequencies depending on your state of consciousness. Most people live trapped in the beta frequency, that constant mental agitation between 14 and 40 hertz, where anxiety dominates and true abundance simply can't penetrate. Real wealth vibrates on an entirely different level. The first revolutionary habit involves something that seems simple on the surface but hides an ancient technology of transformation: targeted deep meditation. Not just any superficial meditation. We're talking about a conscious dive into the theta state that range between 4 and 7 hertz, where your brain literally becomes porous to possibilities that the rational mind could never perceive. In this theta state, something extraordinary happens. The walls separating you from universal intelligence begin to dissolve. At this frequency, human consciousness synchronizes with patterns of information circulating throughout the entire cosmos. It's like turning on a receiver that's been off your whole life, and suddenly starting to pick up signals that were always there, but you never had access to. Abundance isn't something you need to chase or force. It's already circulating around you right now in the form of opportunities, connections, ideas, and resources. The problem is that most people are tuned to the wrong frequency. You could be in a room full of gold, but if your internal receiver is calibrated to pick up only scarcity and fear, you simply can't see the wealth right in front of you. 20 minutes a day in this specific theta state starts to reconfigure your entire energetic structure. It's not about relaxing or reducing stress, though that happens as a side effect. It's about turning your brain into a high-powered magnet for everything you want to create in the material world. During those 20 minutes, you're literally reprogramming the neural circuits that determine what you attract and what you repel. The technique must be practiced with the discipline of an Olympic athlete. Choose a sacred time, preferably right at dawn, before the outside world invades your consciousness with its demands and distractions. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and intentionally begin slowing down your brainwaves. Focus on the space between your eyebrows while breathing rhythmically, allowing each exhalation to take you a little deeper into this magnetic frequency. What sets this practice apart from ordinary meditation is the precise intention. You're not just relaxing or observing thought. You're actively tuning your field of consciousness to the exact frequency of universal abundance. This frequency has a specific signature, a vibration that resonates with prosperity, opportunity, and material flow. And with consistent practice, your brain can learn to recognize and anchor itself in that frequency. In the first few days, you might only feel a slight difference, but something profound is happening behind the scenes in your reality. Your brain waves are being trained to access states of consciousness that most people never experience while awake. Ideas emerge out of nowhere. The right people show up at the right time. Opportunities that seemed impossible start materializing with surprising ease. This brain frequency tuning is just the foundation. The real power reveals itself in how you use this newly established connection to shape the reality around you. Now that you've learned how to tune your brain to the frequency of abundance, it's time to understand how to use this expanded state of consciousness to shape the material world. Quantum physics has revealed something mystics have always known. Reality isn't fixed. It exists as a field of infinite possibilities, waiting for a conscious observer to choose which version will materialize. Your brain has an extraordinary ability that most people completely waste. It can't distinguish between a real experience and one that's vividly imagined. Neuroscience studies show that the same neural networks activate during a physical action as during detailed visualization of that same action. This isn't just scientific curiosity. It's a powerful tool for collapsing quantum possibilities into tangible reality. The second revolutionary habit involves creating daily mental maps of your material and spiritual intentions. But we're not talking about daydreaming or making vague wishes to the universe. We're talking about a structured, precise practice that tricks your brain into believing you already live the reality you want to build. Every day, preferably right after your morning meditation, while your brain is still in that receptive theta frequency, dedicate 15 minutes to mentally building the architecture of your ideal life. Close your eyes and start visualizing with cinematic detail, not just blurry, abstract images. You need to build complete scenes with textures, colors, sounds, smells, and physical sensations. If your intention is financial prosperity, don't just visualize numbers in a bank account. That's too abstract for the limbic brain, the primitive part that actually governs your unconscious actions. Visualize yourself signing important contracts, feeling the weight of the pen in your hand. See the faces of the people you're negotiating with. Hear the sound of the conversation. Feel the texture of the paper. Notice the temperature of the room. The more sensory details you add, the more real this experience becomes for your nervous system. Itzhak Bentov taught that consciousness works like a spotlight illuminating a specific possibility within the quantum field, causing it to collapse from potentiality into materiality. Every time you visualize with scientific precision, you're directing that spotlight of consciousness. You're telling the universe, this is the timeline I choose. This is the reality I collapse into existence. The power of this habit multiplies exponentially through repetition. Your brain starts creating deep neural grooves associated with this new reality. Those grooves turn into highways of thought. And those automatic thoughts begin guiding your unconscious actions. Suddenly, you're making different decisions, responding to opportunities you used to ignore, talking to people you used to avoid. All of it happens naturally because your brain has already lived that reality hundreds of times in your visualizations. Many people make the mistake of visualizing only final achievement. They see the luxury car, the dream house, the impressive bank balance. That creates frustration because the brain can't find the path from point A, where you are, to point B, where you want to be. The correct technique involves mapping the intermediate steps too. Visualize the meetings that will happen, the difficult conversations you'll need to have, The moments of doubt you'll navigate with unshakable certainty. This daily quantum mapping creates a neurological bridge between your current reality and your desired reality. And that bridge becomes stronger, more real, more traversable with each day of practice. But for that bridge to support the weight of material manifestation, you need to add one more crucial element to the process. The bridge between visualization and manifestation is sustained through something you do more than 20,000 times a day without paying the slightest attention: your breathing. Each inhalation and exhalation isn't just a mechanical gas exchange. It's an opportunity to completely recalibrate your energetic field and realign your biology with the universal patterns of prosperity. Most people breathe shallowly and chaotically, using only a third of their lung capacity. This weak breathing keeps the nervous system in a constant low-level alert state, as if you're always fleeing an invisible predator. This chronic tension creates energetic blockages that act as invisible barriers preventing the natural flow of resources into your life. The third revolutionary habit introduces a specific technique that dissolves these ancestral blockages. Itzhak Bentov called it cosmic breathing, and it works in a completely different way from any breathing technique you've ever tried. It's not just about controlling the rhythm. It's about turning each breath into a conscious act of energetic reconfiguration. Sit comfortably and bring your attention to the center of your chest, the heart chakra region. This point isn't just an abstract, mystical concept. It's a real vortex of electromagnetic activity in the human body, measurable with sensitive equipment. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than the brain, and that field extends several feet beyond your physical body. Now comes the part that changes everything. Instead of breathing automatically through your nose, you'll consciously begin inhaling through this heart center. Visualize an energetic opening in the middle of your chest, like a luminous portal right there. As you inhale, imagine pulling golden energy from the universe directly through that portal, filling your heart first and then expanding into your entire auric field. This golden energy isn't fantasy. It's a specific frequency of light that corresponds to the vibrational patterns of universal abundance. As you inhale this golden light, it begins sweeping through your energetic field, identifying and dissolving blockages inherited from previous generations. Limiting beliefs about money that your grandparents carried, fears of scarcity unconsciously passed down by your parent, patterns of self-sabotage absorbed from the culture around you. The exhalation is equally important. As you release the air, visualize all these dense, stagnant energies leaving your body like dark smoke. Don't cling to them. Don't try to analyze or understand where they come from. Simply let them dissolve into the space around you, where the universe can transform them into something useful. Practice this cosmic breathing for 10 minutes daily, preferably in the late afternoon, creating a natural rhythm. 4 seconds inhaling the golden light through the heart chakra, 4 seconds holding while the energy spreads, 4 seconds exhaling the densities, 4 seconds pausing before the next inhalation. This specific rhythm synchronizes your brainwaves with Earth's natural frequencies, creating a resonance that exponentially amplifies the practice's power. After a few weeks, something remarkable starts to happen. You notice financial opportunities arising with less effort. Conversations that used to be tense flow naturally. Money decisions that once caused anxiety become clear and obvious. This isn't coincidence. You're operating from a completely different energetic field, one where prosperity is the natural state, not the exception. But realigning your energetic body is only part of the equation. To access the next level of manifestation, you need to establish a direct line of communication with something far greater than your conscious mind. While you sleep, something extraordinary happens. Your brain doesn't shut off. On the contrary, it enters states of intense activity, processing information, reorganizing memories, and, most importantly, opening channels of communication with levels of consciousness that remain blocked during waking hours. The question is, are you harnessing these 8 hours of pure potential or just wasting the most powerful opportunity of each day? The conscious mind is brilliant but limited, processes about 40 bits of information per second. Your subconscious, on the other hand, processes around 20 million bits per second. And beyond the personal subconscious lies something even vaster, the infinite intelligence of the universe, a field of information containing all solutions, all strategies, all possible paths to any goal you could have. The fourth revolutionary habit establishes a direct bridge between your limited consciousness and this unlimited intelligence. Itzhak Bentov emphasized that true wisdom doesn't come from accumulating more external knowledge, but from accessing knowledge that already exists in higher dimensions of reality. And the most accessible portal for that access is the transitional state between wakefulness and sleep. Every day, 15 minutes before bed, create a sacred ritual. Turn off all electronic devices. The blue light from screens interferes with melatonin production and, more importantly, creates electromagnetic noise that blocks subtle frequencies of information. Lie down comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths, allowing the day's tension to dissolve. Now comes the crucial part. Mentally formulate a specific question about your projects, finances, or goals. Not vague questions like, "How can I get rich?" but precise ones like, "What should my next move be to expand my business?" Or, "What specific skill should I develop now to increase my income?" Or, "Who should I talk to this week to open new opportunities?" The precision of the question determines the clarity of the answer. Think of infinite intelligence as a cosmic search engine. If you enter vague terms, you get vague results. If you formulate questions with surgical specificity, you pave the way for equally precise answers. Mentally state your question 3 times, calmly, as if depositing a letter in a universal mailbox. After formulating the question, let it go completely. Don't ruminate. Don't try to force the answer. Trust that during the night, while your conscious mind rests, deeper levels of your consciousness will work on the solution. The brain in REM sleep has access to connections simply unavailable in the waking beta state. It can link seemingly unrelated dots, uncover hidden patterns, reveal paths that linear logic could never discover. Answers arrive in 3 main forms. First, through vivid dreams loaded with relevant symbolism. Keep a notebook by your bed and write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, before the rational mind erases them. Second, through synchronicities the next day. You'll turn on the TV and hear exactly the information you needed. Bump into the right person at the perfect moment. Open a book to a random page and find the answer staring back at you. Third, and perhaps most powerful, through sudden insights that arise out of nowhere. You're in the shower, driving, or just walking, and absolute clarity floods your mind. You simply know what to do, with a certainty that doesn't come from logical analysis but from something much deeper. The key is training your sensitivity to recognize these answers. Most people receive guidance from infinite intelligence all the time but completely ignore it because they're waiting for dramatic signs, celestial voices, or mystical revelations. True answers usually arrive subtly, almost casually, which is why you need to stay alert. Practice this ritual of questions into the void every night for 30 consecutive days. What you'll discover is that your life starts operating on a completely different level of intelligence. Decisions that used to take weeks of analysis now resolve in hours. Complex problems find elegant solutions. And most remarkably, you stop feeling alone on the journey because you've established an active partnership with something far greater than yourself. But to maximize this flow of higher information, you need to align your actions with the larger rhythms that govern all material manifestation. Infinite intelligence answers your questions following very specific logic. It operates through natural cycles, not the straight line you've been taught to call time. Modern culture has trained you to see time as an endless road stretching from past to future, but that linear perspective is sabotaging your ability to manifest wealth consistently. Itzhak Bentov spent years studying the true nature of time and reached a radical conclusion. Time isn't a straight line. It's an ascending spiral. Each cycle returns to similar points, but always at higher levels of complexity and potential. Ignoring this sacred geometry is like trying to plant seeds without respecting the seasons. You can work hard, have good intentions, do everything right according to linear logic, and still reap frustration. The fifth revolutionary habit synchronizes your actions with the natural rhythms that govern all material manifestation. And the most powerful and accessible cycle to work with is the lunar cycle. The moon completes its circuit in about 28 days, creating an energy wave that affects not just ocean tides but also Earth's electromagnetic fields, and consequently your own energetic body. The new moon marks the cycle's beginning. It's the time to plant intentions. In this phase, universal energy is receptive, ready to receive programming and direct resources toward new beginnings. Every month, on the new moon night, set aside 30 minutes for an intention ritual. Sit in a quiet space, light a candle if you want to create a ceremonial atmosphere, and write in detail the projects, ideas, and goals you want to see blossom over the next 4 weeks. Don't write childish wish lists. Write specific action plans as if creating a contract with the universe. I'll contact 5 potential clients by the 15th. I'll complete my product prototype by the next full moon. I'll invest 2 hours daily studying this new skill that will expand my income potential. The more specific and measurable, the better. Over the next 2 weeks, as the moon waxes, your energy should expand toward those intentions too. This is the period of active action. Don't just wait for the universe to deliver everything on a platter. The universe responds to movement. You plant the energetic seed on the new moon, then water it with concrete actions as the moon grows. Every phone call you make, every connection you build, every hour you invest is feeding the manifestation you programmed. The full moon is the cycle's peak. It's harvest time. What you planted 2 weeks ago is now ripe for collection. You might not see massive results in the first cycle. Material manifestation takes time to solidify. But if you pay close attention, you'll notice signs of progress. A client responded. An opportunity appeared. An idea developed. Celebrate those signs, no matter how small, because acknowledging progress amplifies momentum. In the waning moon, the final 2 weeks of the cycle, you enter a phase of release. This is the time to let go of what didn't work, adjust strategies, eliminate distractions that drained energy without return. Review your initial intentions. What advanced? What stagnated? What needs to be abandoned entirely to free space for something better? After 3 months following this lunar geometry, something remarkable happens. You notice your actions start flowing with surprising ease. You stop forcing things and start surfing the natural energy waves that were always there. Your financial results stop being chaotic and unpredictable and begin following a pattern of consistent growth, cycle after cycle. But lunar cycles are just the first layer. The solar cycle, lasting 12 months, offers an even more powerful structure for expanding your wealth. Think of each season as a distinct phase of development. Spring for planting ambitious projects, summer for intense cultivation, autumn for harvesting and consolidating, winter for reflection, planning, and preparing the next level. Aligning with these larger rhythms isn't vague mysticism. It's practical wisdom that all ancient civilizations mastered and modernity has completely forgotten. And this wisdom becomes exponentially more powerful through the final habit, the one that transforms your physical body into something far beyond flesh and bone. Your physical body isn't just a container of flesh, bone, and blood carrying your consciousness from place to place. It's an extremely sophisticated biological receiver capable of tuning into frequencies of information circulating throughout the entire universe. The question is, are you using this cosmic antenna to its full potential or letting it rust from lack of activation? All the information you need to thrive already exists. insights into profitable investments, innovative business strategies, ideas that can generate massive value. It's all circulating in the universal information field right now. But most people can't access these frequencies because their bodies are disconnected, blocked, operating in basic survival mode. The sixth revolutionary habit activates the internal circuits that connect your biology to the cosmic intelligence network. Itzhak Bentov called it the static Kundalini dance, a series of specific movements that work like energetic keys, unlocking portals of perception that normally remain dormant. This practice is done standing, preferably outdoors where you can absorb energy directly from the earth and sky simultaneously. Start by planting your feet firmly on the ground, shoulder-width apart. Close your eyes and feel the soles of your feet connecting with the surface beneath you. Visualize energetic roots descending from your feet and penetrating deep into the soil, anchoring you to the planet's center. Now, while maintaining that earth connection, slowly raise your arms overhead as if drawing cosmic energy into your body. Palms facing up, you become a vertical channel linking sky and earth. Hold this position for a few seconds, breathing deeply, feeling energy flowing in both directions, rising from the earth through your spine and descending from the cosmos through the top of your head. Slowly bring your hands to the center of your chest, palm against palm, as in prayer. But this isn't just symbolic. You're creating a closed energy circuit in your body. The energy that rose from the earth and the energy that descended from the cosmos meet in your heart, mix, and amplify. Hold this position for 30 seconds, feeling a subtle but perceptible vibration begin pulsing in your chest center. From here, perform a series of slow, deliberate movements, always keeping attention focused inward. Extend your arms to the sides, circle your wrists gently, roll your shoulders, tilt your head side to side softly. Each movement is done with full intention, not mechanically. You're literally massaging your energetic field, undoing knots and blockages accumulated over years. The crucial element is synchronized breathing. Inhale deeply through the nose as you expand the movement, exhale through the mouth as you contract. This coordinated breathing rhythm with physical movement creates an energy wave that sweeps your entire system, clearing subtle perception channels that modern physiology doesn't even recognize exist. After 10 minutes of this static dance, return to the initial position, feet planted firmly, hands at the heart. Remain completely still for 3 minutes, just observing. You'll notice your entire body vibrating at a different frequency. Your mind is clearer. Your perception is sharper. And in this altered state, insights about value creation, business opportunities, and financial decisions start flowing naturally. Practice this body activation 3 times a week, always at the same time to build energetic consistency. What happens in the following weeks is almost magical. You'll start knowing things without knowing how you know. You'll have hunches about investments that prove correct. You'll feel impulses to call someone at exactly the right moment. You'll wake up with complete solutions to complex problems. Your body has become what it was always meant to be, a refined antenna connected to the universe's infinite intelligence, receiving constant downloads of valuable information that most people never access because they never activated the necessary circuits. And that's the difference between those who prosper with ease and those who struggle their whole lives without understanding why. Now you know the 5 habits. Wait, no, actually 6. The question is, will you apply them or just watch and forget tomorrow like most people do? Because here's the hard reality. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. You can have the complete formula for wealth in your hands, but if you don't start today, nothing changes. Which of these habits will you implement first? Theta meditation? Quantum visualization? Cosmic breathing? Pick one. Just one. And start tomorrow morning, not Monday, not January. Tomorrow. Because every day you delay is one less day living on the frequency of abundance. If this content hit home, if you recognized you've been operating on the wrong frequency, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'll keep bringing this science of consciousness that no one else is teaching. See you in the next video.